Hello, my name is GwangHo Han, and the first author this paper. Our paper consists of 4 chapters. First chapter is Introduction. Second chapter is Literature Review. Third chapter is the DEA analysis. And fourth chapter is the conclusion. And now I will start my presentation. The first chapter, Introduction. The concept of restructuring has been foreign in Korean history of higher education. The instance inceptively occurred in 1977 when two-year college system was introduced. All of the existing junior college and vocational high schools were unified into two-year college, and four-year higher education institutions began to increase the number of entrance quota. In the 1990s, baby boomers became older, and third industrial revolution asked for the jobs with university diploma. Both triggered the demand for university degrees, which intensified educational zeal. As the government adopted a policy of lowering standards for established universities, the number of higher education institutions increased sharply. The policy enacted in 1995 brought 20 universities in 1996 and total of 60 added over 17 years. The first course of action took place with the National University Restructuring Plan in 1998. After the Asian financial crisis, due to the changed population structure with a low birth rate and an aging society, the Ministry of Education announced its University Structural Reform Plan in late 2013. It estimated the total enrollment quota of higher education institutions over the number of high school graduates by 2018. The aim of the plan was to reduce the enrollment quota of less competitive institutions through assessment, which the government took the de facto control. The plan was based on 3-year cycle, and this first cycle ended in 2015. The second cycle closed in 2018, and the third one is up ahead in 2021. Restructuring of higher education was a global trend in the 1990s, core of which was to redefine the relationship between the institutions and social demands. The trend was accompanied by diversification in academic operations such as expansion of academic fields and lifelong education. In the same vein, results of the plan sparked a wave of reform attempts in such areas as faculties' securement rates, academic support, the number of scholarships awarded. The purpose of this study is to provide empirical evidence on efficiency in higher education in Korea by analyzing private universities. We examine the hypothesis about the efficiency in that the assessment policy of Korean government add value by reuniting broken competencies. We investigate from conservative perspective such that the efficiency outcome is said to be research publication and student enrollment. As various functions have expanded during the years, it has become harder to coordinate and focus on core academic competencies. This study aims to find whether the assessment cause private institutions improve academic outcomes. To understand the importance of efficiency in different grade groups of institutions in explaining efficiency score and growth status, we perform the analysis in two phases. In the first phase, the analysis includes DEA analysis by comparing the mean of efficiency and inefficiency score by year, CCR and BCC. In the second phase of the analysis, we consider various grades by group and efficiency growth as dependent variable in the models. Second chapter, literature review. Many studies have shed light on efficiency of the institutions in higher education by utilizing DEA. The method is to find how technical efficiency is achieved, and most research use human resources such as the staff, financial, and material factors as input proxies. No previous literature used non-consumable resource. The output varies from studies on which the researcher highlights. No negative output are chosen in previous studies. For example, Abbott and Docliagos 2003, using the total quantity of academic and non-academic staff, amounts of expenditure, and cost of non-current asset for the input factor, and using the full-time students head count, research allocation, and non-medical and medical research income for the output factor. Flag et al. 2004, using number of undergraduate students, total staff count, aggregate departmental expenditure for the input factor, and using number of graduates from undergraduate and postgraduate level, and income from research and consultancy for the output factor. And Kataraki and Katarkis 2010, using number of non-academic and academic staff, number of enrolled students, and operational expenses for the input factor, and using number of graduates and income from research for the output factor. And Danglashiban 20 and Dagbashban 2013 using number of professor, number of PhD student, number of research staff, and number of technical administrative staff for the input factor, and using number of authored book, number of review papers, number of conference papers, number of journal papers for the output factors. And finally, Mamadov and Ayape 2020 using faculty member divided by number of programs and number of scientific research project divided by number of program for the input factor, and using citation divided by publication, research project revenue share divided by budget allowance, and number of PhD graduates divided by number of doctoral programs for the output factor. Next, third chapter, the DEA analysis. 3.1, the data. The table 3 shows the input and output used in this study of analysis in Korea from 2010 to 2019. The data were obtained from the database of higher education in Korea, operated by the Korean Council of University Education according to relevant role. As existed a great number of input and output variables in higher education environment, we reduced the factors at the conservative perspective. The institution's physical condition, faculty caliber, and research capability are injected as inputs, and research outcomes and enrollment rate are applied as output variables. Next, 3.2, tests on DEA efficiency by year. The table 4 demonstrated the efficiency average of the annual and scale calculated using the CCR and BCC model. From the year 2010 to 2015, the efficiency of private institutions in Korea has improved, and these results can be inferred that the government's assessment could be contribute to increasing efficiency overall. Significant improvements becomes steady as both CCR and BCC efficiency score have slightly been lower after 2017. One cogent reason is that the government conducted the assessment after 2015 targeting the group below C grade, and the institutions adapted to a higher standard after the second cycle of assessment. We interpret to the CCR construction as the technical efficiency, thus it is estimated in lower scale. These two ratios of efficiency allow scale efficiency to be calculated. The ratio less than 1 means scaled inefficiency identified. The measure of inefficiency as depicted in Table 4 shows a slight improvement between 2010 and 2015. It also indicates a trend of improvements in inefficiency by scale until the first assessment was implemented in 2015. Next, t-test is conducted to identify the efficiency between 2010 and 2015. The result confirms statistically significant mean of efficiency score in both CCR and BCC. The effects of inefficiency improvement were analyzed through the t-test and confirmed that there were statistically significant improvement between 2010 and 2015. As a result, it is estimated that the assessment for higher education conducted between 2010 and 2015 contributed to improving the overall efficiency and inefficiency of domestic university by size. To ensure that these efficiency improvements were the same for all universities, the 2015 changes in efficiency were investigated for university rate A and thus classified below C. The average annual efficiency measurements of universities in each grade were shown in a table. The efficiency measured by CCR showed that as of 2010, universities with A grades were more efficient than those with C grade or lower. The gap decreased between 2010 and 2017 and shows a resurgence. Efficiency measured in BCC also shows results similar to CCR. The average efficiency of A-rated universities appears to be higher than that of those below C level of all periods. The gap, however, shows a gradual decline, but it widens sharply again after 2017. The test results infer that the assessment policy had an impact on improving the efficiency for the private institutions in lower position than the ones in upper grade. To statistically test this expectation, average comparison tests were performed for the efficiency of grade A institution in 2010 and 2015 respectively. The analysis shows that there were no statistically significant difference in both the efficiency measured by CCR and BCC in grade A institution. This indicated that no significant improvement in efficiency is found in A-rate institution during this period. Additional test for the institutions below C is conducted for the same time span, and the result shows that there are statistically significant difference in efficiency for both CCR and BCC. This suggests that the difference between 2010 and 2015 for CCR efficiency was 0.1620, which was significant at a significant level of 5%. The average difference between the 2010 and 2015 for efficiency in BCC was 0.1424, which was significant and at a significant level of 10%, meaning that no significant improvement in efficiency of a private institution below C was found during this period. To sum up the analysis results, the university evaluation conducted until 2015 had a positive effect on improving the overall efficiency of Korean university, and specifically, the effect of the improvement was strongly reflected in the subgroup of university evaluation. In any case, the results suggest that government assessment do affect the efficiency of institutions' operation, especially for the ones in lower grade. Next, 3.4 Fama-Macbeth estimator and analysis result. For the robustness of the analysis results that showed greater improvement in efficiency at lower grade institutions in the assessment, the following regression model was set with the growth rate of efficiency set as dependent variable, the function of which is presented as follows. Since the data in this study are unbalanced panel data, we used Fama-Macbeth resistance to control endogenous. Independent variable utilize the dummy variables coded by university evaluation grade A, grade B, grade C, and grade under C to test the main assumptions of this study. Use region, age, and transfer income as control variable. Region is to control difference in university position. Age is included as control variable of the period, and transfer income as a proxy representing institutions' management competence. The coefficient for the efficiency improvement of a C-grade institution is statistically significant, that is higher than that of A-grade institutions. The estimator is consistent with the result of the t-test and attests to our hypothesis that the policy effect of the assessment would have been greater in the lower grade institutions. Additional policy variables are used to test the effectiveness of the assessment policy implemented from 2010 to 2015. The effect of assessment policy is a dummy variable defined as a policy. Examination revealed that the estimator produced very reliable t-statistics across all models, and the efficiency improvement of Korean universities between 2010 and 2015 is greater than that of later periods. Finally, Chapter 4, Conclusion. The study of efficiency is meaningful in identifying sources of inefficiencies to help the management initiate reforms and take relevant measures in higher education. DEA, as first introduced for a mathematical programming procedure in 1978, is utilized to obtain empirical estimate of relation out of observational data in Korea. The model applied in this study indicates how the input are efficiently used to produce the output proposed. We conduct two analyses. The first analysis is conducted to compare mean efficiencies among different institution groups in grade and overall efficiency over time. The second analysis covers the effects of a policy measure with its contribution to the institution's operation in efficient manner. The empirical findings of this study reveal that the overall efficiency for private institutions has improved over time, and the efficiency improvement was greater than other periods of time investigated. The results indicate the role of government's assessment policy at specific periods of time in higher education sectors. Various input and output of institutions in higher education are recognized and studied. However, it does not essentially indicate that the proxy reflects the reality. Although the results of this empirical application provide useful and interesting outcomes, further steps would be helpful to find whether the assessment policy makes the institution meet the needs of academic objectives. Thank you. Thank you very much for your attention.